was younger, I wanted to be many things. I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a child psychologist, I also wanted to be an event manager.
I wanted to be an accountant actually when I was still at school.
I wanted to be a scientist.
I wanted to be a farmer because I wanted to work with animals.
I actually wanted to be working in forensics.
And then I wanted to do law, and then I wanted to be a doctor.
Really wanted to be a graphics designer.
And then I went back to wanting to be a scientist again.
At some point, I even thought I wanted to be a model, and I have no idea why I thought of that one. Maybe I was influenced by Bollywood.
I worked in construction for a little bit, I worked in customer services, and now I'm working in tech.
Luckily, I took my chance at computer science A-level, and that made up my mind for me really. Tech just is a really cool industry to be in.
The most exciting thing that I have done in my career is I've made the switch. I think I have decided to take lots of different avenues, and where I found that I feel I've learned or it hasn't quite worked for me, I've had the courage to make the move and make the change and try something new.
As things progressed, I decided that this was actually something that I really wanted to do. And after 2 or 3 years of study and taking courses in my personal time, I went and opted for a conversion course where I formally studied software engineering back at university.
Before I started my career, I really wish I'd known that there's no need to put so much pressure on yourself to follow a strict set plan. My career path has definitely not done that, and I couldn't be happier with where I am today.
Go out of your way, try to find people who can support you and mentor you, try to find a role model, try and figure out what your personal brand is.
So diversifying the people you know and the experiences you have access to is so important. Like, never be afraid to go up and speak to that person you don't know but think could know something you don't, because you're just going to learn so much from that. So definitely network.
We're all trying to figure things out. So like no one is the smartest of them all. And you can always figure things out. Like it's Google, you can read more, you can research.
I think the best piece of advice I could give is to persevere. Technology is often complicated, it's often difficult. You often start out just not really thinking you'll ever understand it all.
At the start of my career, I kind of wish I knew that you'll get it eventually. Tech really isn't the easiest thing in the world. There's lots of crazy words, concepts and ideas. But 99% of it just comes with time.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't understand, put your hand up, take note of what you're unsure about, do the research if you want, but it's very important to, I think, have those conversations and just speak to another human being, because then you can ask further questions and just develop your understanding on things as much as possible.
Just keep faking it until you make it. Imposter syndrome is trash. You got it. You don't underestimate yourself.
Keep pushing through, keep working, and doors will open and things will come to you.
And most importantly, don't forget this, just be your most authentic self. Don't change. Make sure you're comfortable in whatever job you do, because you can be yourself.